The last thing I want to do is film right now, but I started this whole journey so you guys could see everything from beginning to end. And I pray with everything inside of me that this is not the end, but we are heading to the hospital right now. I started bleeding really bad. 6 weeks and 2 days pregnant today. My first ultrasound is tomorrow, and I was so excited. I did have a lot of bleeding and random shit that happened during the last pregnancy, so I'm really hoping that this is just a fluke like last time. But unfortunately, something in my gut is saying that it's not. I'm praying with everything inside of me that I'm wrong, though. Stay tuned, because I'll update you once we get to the hospital. We're in the hospital now, and they said that they're going to do an ultrasound and blood test and just basically see where the bleedings come from to rule out if we're having a miscarriage or not. So the doctors came in and they did an ultrasound, and by some miracle found a heartbeat, and as of right now it's just kind of a waiting game. They said when it's this early in pregnancy it's kind of hard to tell what's gonna end up happening, but we can call it an okay win for right this second. Hubby looks a little ready to go home. I don't blame him. It's Super Bowl Sunday. It's football time, it's not hospital time. I have my IVF doctor appointment tomorrow, and I'm supposed to keep that, and we'll just kind of play everything by ear and kind of see what happens. Prayers. Lots and lots of prayers that this was just a fluke. So, as you can tell by my favorite pink blankie, I'm home now. I didn't get a chance to tell you guys the full details of what the doctor said. They said that the bleeding was not coming from the uterus and that it was not active bleeding. The baby's heartbeat was 117, which they said was really strong for 6 weeks and 2 days pregnant, which is what I am today. Fear of the unknown totally creeps me out. I'd like to feel like a sense of comfort knowing like, okay, the baby's heartbeat was strong, there's no active bleeding, so it definitely is a win. But even the doctor said, okay, well, it's still early, so we're still not really sure what's going to happen. It's kind of a waiting game. Thankfully, the bleeding has subsided a bit. I am seriously feeling so guilty right now and just bad because I don't want to put my family and especially my husband through any of this again. We went through a lot with the twins' pregnancy, and I just feel really bad that this happened today, even though everyone's saying, Chelsea, don't feel bad, don't stress yourself out, this was out of your control, which I know it was. I just feel so bad. I just feel so bad that we're going through craziness again already and so early in the pregnancy. I just pray with everything inside of me that we can have a smoother ride from here on out. Guess we're just gonna kind of wait things out and see how it goes, and hopefully my IVF doctor will be able to shed a little light on things tomorrow. So I'm getting ready to go to my IVF doctor. I thank God, knock on wood, I stopped the bleeding last night completely. I know after I go and get this ultrasound, it's a possibility that there might be a little bit more spotting, possibly a teeny tiny bit more bleeding, but I'm gonna try not to let that freak me out at all. I really hope that my IVF doctor can shed some light on what happened yesterday. I actually was going through some of the blogs that I wrote back when I was pregnant with the twins. I had started a baby dust friend blog on Twitter and on Tumblr, and I used to blog about everything that would happen when I was pregnant with the twins. So I went back and I read some of those blogs, and crazy enough, at 10 weeks of pregnancy with the twins, this exact same thing happened. Actually not as extreme as it was back then with them, so it kind of gives me a little bit of hope that this baby is going to be okay, especially since when I was reading these blogs, I was watching my son run around singing the Baby Shark song, so that kind of eased my heart a little bit at that point in time. But you guys know by now, as well as I do, that my body is just weird. Does its own stuff. when it wants to, how it wants to. So we don't know what's getting ready to come up next. So it's time to go to the IVF doctor and see what she says. We're gonna get a chance to see the baby on the monitor again, and I'm praying that we're gonna see that little blip of a heartbeat once again. Yesterday it was strong at 117, so I feel in my heart that it'll be okay, and we'll still see the heartbeat today, and it'll be just as strong, if not stronger, because this little baby bean has already proven to be a fighter. So he or she just has to keep on fighting. So stay tuned. There'll be more in just a little bit. Jaxie, what are you doing? Dinosaurs, are you spinning them on the doctor's chair? So the ER doctor was totally wrong. The bleeding is definitely coming from my uterus, but my IVF doctor said that it is, in a nutshell, a little puddle of blood / bruising from implantation, and that's just kind of making its way out. She did say that I could possibly expect a little bit more bleeding. She said that if it is like a big gush like it was on Sunday, that I need to go ahead and go to... Yes, hi! Someone wants to be in the video with me. Okay, back to what I was trying to say. So if it's a big gush like it was on Sunday, then I definitely need to go back to the ER. If it is just a little bit here and there, then I really shouldn't be too concerned, because that blood is trying to make its way out of my system. But we're hoping that the blood's just going to go ahead and reabsorb back into the uterus. So I will be going back next Monday to do another ultrasound with her. So hopefully when I go back on February 11th, I will see a little bit less of that blood puddle, or it just completely gone. Fingers crossed, it'll just be completely gone. When you look at my ultrasound, look at the baby, which is the little circle in the middle, then look directly to the left of it. I'm going to pull it up again right after I get done talking, and right after Jax gets done talking too. So just look to the left of it, and you're going to see that little blood puddle. It's kind of like a little crescent. So as always, stay tuned. There's lots more coming towards you, and I'm going to go ahead and pull that picture up now. Remember, look to the left of it. That's the little blood puddle I'm talking about. You'll see the little circle. To the left of it, the little crescent dark moon shadow. That's the little blood puddle I'm talking about.